Hello student, in our previous video lecture we studied about the basic concept of light. Okay, now in today's lecture we are going to start a very important phenomenon of light, that is reflection. Okay, what do you mean by reflection? Reflection means the phenomenon of bouncing back of light in a same medium when a ray of light is incident upon a suitable surface. Okay, such phenomenon is called reflection. Okay student, let us understand the phenomenon of reflection by taking a simple example. Okay, if we have a small rubber ball and if I throw this rubber ball towards the wall, what happens? It will come back. That means this surface, okay, this wall will bounce back that ball in a same medium. The same things will happen in the case of light also. Whenever a ray of light will incident upon, okay, any suitable surface, that suitable surface will bounce back the light energy in a same medium. Okay, such phenomenon of bouncing back of light is called reflection of light. Now let us write down the definition of reflection. Okay, reflection means it is a phenomenon of bouncing back of light in same medium when it is incident on a suitable surface. Such suitable surface is also called reflecting surface. Such phenomenon is called reflection of light. Understand? Now student, reflection of light will take place according to its three basic rules. Let us understand the laws of reflection. For that, if I draw a surface xy, actually this xy is a plane mirror. Why I draw such lines on its either side? These lines represents that the surface, okay, on its either side is silver polished. It represents this surface is silver polished. Why it is silver polished? Because silver is a material which reflects about 90% of light which is incident upon it. This is actually a mirror. Okay, this is a glass plate whose either side is silver polish, so that its upper surface becomes reflecting, so that whenever a ray of light will incident upon the upper surface of xy, this upper surface of xy will reflect that light. Okay, for this purpose, okay, we actually polished the either side of xy by silver. Got it? So that it will convert it into a mirror. Okay, if a single ray of light P will incident at any point of this mirror O, what happens? This mirror will reflect the ray of light in a same medium like this. Okay, let us consider that the incident ray is P, whereas the reflected ray is considered to be P dash. Okay, now here we need to draw a normal to reflecting surface from point of incidence. Okay, this dotted line ON is actually a normal drawn to this reflecting surface from point of incidence. Okay. Now when a ray of light P, okay, is incident on any point of reflecting surface O, this reflecting surface will divert or reflects the ray along path OP dash, so that this OP dash becomes reflected ray this PO becomes incident ray. The light energy carried by the ray of light PO when incident upon the reflecting surface XY, this reflecting surface will bounce back that light energy along path OP dash, so that this OP dash becomes reflected ray. Now student, okay, we are studying laws of reflection. Now the first law of reflection, okay, the first law of reflection gives us the relation between angle of incidence and angle of reflection. What do you mean by angle of incidence? Angle of incidence means the angle made by incident ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. That means whenever a single ray of light, okay, incident upon any reflecting surface at any point, we need to draw a normal from that point of incidence to the reflecting surface, and angle made by that incident ray with the normal drawn represent the angle of incidence. Therefore this angle made by incident ray with the normal, and it is called angle of incidence. Got it? This is actually called angle of incidence. And first law of reflection tells us that the angle of incidence should always be equal to angle of reflection. That means whenever the reflection of light takes place, okay, the reflected ray will travel along such a direction that the angle of reflection will be the same as the angle of incidence. Okay, now what is angle of reflection now? Okay, similarly the angle made by this reflected ray with the normal line is called angle of reflection. Therefore this will be the angle of reflection. Now reflection of light takes place such that angle of incidence should always be equal to angle of reflection. This is the first law of reflection. Got it? Now let us verify the first law of reflection by simply taking the example of reflection of light through a plane mirror. Now student, if we are holding a plane mirror in our hand, okay, such that the light from electric bulb will incident upon the surface of reflecting surface of plane mirror, what we observe? We observe that the incident ray will reflect it in a given direction. If now, okay, we rotate the plane mirror through some angle, what we found? The reflected ray will also deviate it through the same angle, so that the angle of incidence should always be equal to angle of reflection. Okay, this is the first law of reflection. Got it? Now second law, plane of incidence is parallel to, or else we can write this such that incident ray, reflected ray and normal, all three lie in same plane. That means the plane of incidence is same as the plane of reflection. That means whenever a ray of light will incident upon any plane reflecting surface in such a plane, okay, this ray of light will be reflected in a same plane. Okay, such incident ray will not always be reflected in that direction. Got it? That is plane of incidence. This plane of incidence is always coincides with the plane of reflection. Okay, that means incident ray, reflected ray and normal, all three lie in the same plane. Got it? This is the second law. Now third, as we can see here, incident ray and reflected ray are on either side of normal. Okay, that means the incident ray and reflected ray are on opposite sides of the normal. Okay, these three, okay, laws of reflections, these are three main basic laws of reflection which are always satisfied when reflection of light takes place. Okay student, these laws are not only satisfied by the reflection of light but also for any type of reflection. Okay, if we take any type of reflection like a ball, okay, that reflection also follow the same laws of reflection. Okay, this is the laws of reflection. Got it? Now student, you should know some extra point about reflection. Okay, here, so we know that the angle made by incident ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. Similarly, the angle made by incident ray with the surface, this angle, it is called glancing angle. Glancing angle is angle made by incident ray with surface. Okay, what is the relation between glancing angle and angle of incidence? So we can write here, the glancing angle is always equal to 90 minus angle of incidence, and from first law of reflection we can also write it is also equal to 90 minus angle of reflection. Therefore, if this is the glancing angle, this is also a glancing angle. Okay, this is called glancing angle. Got it? Now second point. Okay, as you can see here, if the reflecting surface is absent, okay, this incident ray will travel along this dotted path, but due to presence of reflecting surface, reflection of light takes place and it will move along path OP dash. That means due to reflection, ray of light deviates or bends. Got it? What is the angle of deviation produced due to reflection? Okay, this much angle. Okay, if this surface is absent, this incident ray should travel along this dotted path, but due to reflection now it will travel along this path. Therefore, this is the original direction of light, but due to reflection it is traveling along this direction. Therefore, this ray of light deviates through such angle. Let us represent this angle by delta. What is the angle of deviation produced due to reflection? Angle of deviation by reflection, delta. What is the value of delta here? Now let us find out this also. Okay, now if we draw the normal on either side like this, okay, this is the original direction. Therefore, if this angle is I, its opposite angle also be I. Got it? And this is what? If this is I, this is theta g again, glancing angle. Therefore, angle of deviation delta will be 2 times glancing angle. Now in terms of angle of incidence, here if theta g is 2, if theta g is 90 minus I, so we can write here 180 minus 2I. This is the total angle of deviation produced by reflection. Whenever a ray of light is incident on any reflecting surface, that reflecting surface will deviate a ray of light from its original path through an angle of 180 minus twice I. Understand? Okay. Can you answer? If a ray of light is incident on a plane reflecting surface at an angle of incidence 45, what is the angle of deviation produced by produced due to reflection? So student, as the angle of incidence is 45, glancing angle will also be 45. Okay. Now this ray of light should travel along this dotted path, but now due to reflection it travels along this path. Therefore the angle of deviation in this example will be exactly 90 degree. That means whenever a ray of light is incident on any plane reflecting surface at 45 degree angle of incidence, it is deviated through its original path by right angle or 90 degree. Got it? Okay, let us take another example. If angle of incidence for a ray of light which is incident on any plane reflecting surface is 30 degree, got it? 30 degree. What is the angle of deviation? What is the glancing angle? Next. So student, if a ray of light is incident on plane reflecting surface at an angle of incidence 30 degree, its glancing angle will be ultimately 60 degree. Okay, and as we know, angle of deviation delta is 2 times glancing angle. Therefore in that case, a ray of light will be deflected by 120 degree. If angle of incidence is 30, then angle of deviation will be 120 degree. Got it? This is the reflection. Okay. Thank you.